Okay, this is going to be an update 2019 on the mango grove. Just beginning, these are about 10 years old, maybe a little over 10 years old trees. And when I got here 2 years ago, they were overgrown, hadn't been pruned. There was hardly room to pass down through the trees. There was absolutely nothing growing underneath them. Some weeds, but they were dark up underneath. So I have some mango, some avocados here, about 10 or 12 trees. But the mangoes, 50 mango trees, we're pretty much in the peak of bloom right now. We're getting a pretty good bloom, not sure yet on fruit set. And out of the 50 trees, there's 25 varieties, a little bit of everything, every type. This was originally a nursery, so I assumed they were going to use them for scions, harvesting scions. But I have most of the popular varieties. Good bloom on Mexicola avocado right now, and some of the others in bloom. So the first thing I did was to build soil underneath the trees. It was pretty much pure sand, so I added lots of wood. I just put in stacks and stacks of wood in here. I had some fairly fertile soil available. It was a nursery, so they had been dropping off potting soil, old potting soil. So what I've done in here is include an understory in the grove so that I can get some production out of the ground level and develop sort of an ecosystem, more like a natural forest would have. So these plants here, this is Thai pepper. It grows well in a shade. It spreads by runners. These runners, like right there, and it should fill in. These are about a year old, and so they should fill in very solid underneath the trees. In the paths, I have a sunshine mimosa. It's a native legume. Spreads low, doesn't need mowing. Spreads by runners. And in between the mangoes, I have some ornamentals that I've parked under here. Anticipation for some landscaping. But between each tree I have a monstera, which will provide some fruit eventually. I have some various root crops. These are xanthosoma. I have some taro. I have other turmerics. There's many turmerics. They're actually dormant right now. They're waiting. That's a turmeric. So a lot of this dead leaves, that's turmeric, which will come back again when it comes out of dormancy. I have some gingers, various types, and some ornamental plants. Like I said, that's an ornamental banana. Grows small, makes a purple, pink bloom. And my idea is I'm going to put I have the sunshine mimosa down the middle of the paths between the trees. We're going to see how the Thai pepper competes with the sunshine mimosa. The mimosa likes more sun compared to shade. The Thai pepper likes the shade. So first year I led all the runners back onto the bed. They were trying to come out, I led them back onto the bed. This year I'm just going to let it go, and we're going to see what happens. I may end up with solid Thai pepper in the path. I don't really know. So had some volunteers. That's an edible gourd. Had grown last year. It volunteered again from some seed. And this is all irrigated. The main line comes down the middle. I have coffee trees down the middle, 12 coffee trees. There's 7 rows in all of mango trees, and it's working out pretty good. I think I'm going to have some pretty good fruit set. Some of these trees on the end here, they were heavily toppled during Hurricane Irma. I propped them back up, and they've caught on, getting some bloom off of the Valencia Prides. They were really big, and so I cut them back, but I'm getting some bloom on them back this year. The planting continues. I'm gonna just keep walking through. Let's see, I have galangal. That's a galangal type ginger. I have a few other miscellaneous plants in here that I won't even worry about describing. Most of them are just ornamentals. And so it's irrigated with 1-inch lines down the middle of the rows, and I teed off with some little spitters that are homemade, just some tubing plugged into the main line, and that's going to feed some of my plants that can use a little extra water. I haven't fertilized the trees. They're basically running off of the fertility of the soil. It's all fairly improved soil. I used plenty of mulch, so I've got good broke down mulch and sand underneath. The mulch is working good. I'm hoping for the living mulch effect with the Thai pepper, all the other plants. These big leaves, they're not edible, they're just an ornamental. I kind of like the look of them. This last row are fairly small trees. You got things like Graham, Juliet, can't remember all of them, but I can write them down. I have a good list of all the trees, a map. And on the edge, we have a road out here. On the edge, I have coconut trees and ferns and sea grape. Beyond that, as a windbreak. This is the edge of the plot. There's another coffee tree is coming along. So this is a tour. I'll splice in a few pictures of the way I found it originally, and then I think I have one from last year, and you can see how it's developed over time. So thanks for your attention. Hope it wasn't too long. And this is what I've done in about 2 years from more or less untended trees. Bye for now.